We are back in the gym with none other, after a long hiatus, the Mitch Policier.
What up? What up, Atypical Gang?
Mitch is gonna put me through a bit of a shooting workout. I think it's gonna be medium intensity, a little bit lighter, but a lot of shooting, a lot of one-on-0 stuff. One of those workouts where we're tuning everything up, working on some decision making, some differential learning in different shooting situations. And so I leave in a little under a month. So the ramp up, the build up, we're in the middle of it. So I'm excited, and we're gonna keep this thing rolling. As you guys know, in a little over 3 weeks, I'm going to Mexico to start my pro basketball season. In this video, I'm going to explain why I chose Mexico now instead of waiting for the European season to start like I've normally done every other year of my career. I'm going to show you everything that I'm currently doing to prepare both in the gym and on the court. There's going to be a ton of basketball in this video. And I almost forgot, make sure to stick around until the end because you guys asked a ton of great questions in the last video, and I want to answer some of them later. So for this workout with Mitch today, we started with some shot sequencing calibration with an audio cue. The audio cue is simply Mitch saying go, but it forces me to react to something for each rep. This moves my focus from internal to more external, a small tweak, but it turns out to be very impactful. This calibration is our version of form shooting. The goal is to progressively add in more and different stimuli to warm up my problem solving system. How do I adjust to different variables and still get the same result of a make? Notice the variance of stimuli that we're introducing. Different footworks, different ball pass, different pickups. All these stimuli are changing the problem that I have to solve. Mitch also does a great job at integrating competition and play into my shooting workouts. This helps to keep the training engaging and fun while still having a clear development intention. We then got into more footwork stimulus, but now from 3-point range. This challenges my power generation and efficiency. In this shooting game, the closeout defender can only move once the shooter starts his movement. There are no pump fakes allowed either. These two constraints help train my shot speed without having to directly tell myself to shoot faster. Mitch does a great job building an environment that trains a very specific aspect of my shooting ability. Next, we introduced some variable decision making. We built off of an extended float dribble foundation, and then I had to read what the optimal shot was depending on Mitch's body positioning. We weren't necessarily training a specific move here, but the decision on when to shoot or drive. For this entire workout, if my read was to drive, my finish had to be either a floater straight in, or if I used the backboard, then I couldn't hit the square. We continued to workshop this escape or float movement from different angles and with different reads. While I was doing these various drills, my focus was the speed of decisions and the quality of my solutions. Was I reading Mitch quickly, and was I finding high percentage solutions relative to my strengths and weaknesses? Mitch also added some smaller constraints when he saw me repeating the same solutions. This forced me to the edge of my current skills and to use moves that I would not traditionally go to.
1, 2.
To conclude the workout, we cooled down with some decision-making shooting. The decision was simple: backboard or straight in. I would have to react to Mitch's audio cue and choose the right decision. This was some super high-level work with clear intentions and constraints. This whole workout took about 50 minutes. If you would like it listed out in a simple and easy-to-read PDF, the link will be in the description. All right, the jumper's feeling good. I have a lot of ingrained solutions, like a lot of movement patterns that I go to naturally, and so Mitch was doing a great job. He noticed something, a solution that I was consistently almost like overdoing, and he would all of a sudden remove that solution from my options. And that's like a prime way that I see a lot of young players work out, is they're training a move, but they get into like a movement rut, when that just means they're doing the same move every single time. But there's so much layers to basketball and so many different solutions, and the more options you can have, kind of the more dynamic your game can be. Would you like agree with that?
For sure. They almost rep out the same exact movement pattern, but it never happens in the game.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, maybe you do that move once in a game, but you do it one time, the defense is going to take it away the next time. You have to have another solution or another kind of like layer to your combo or to your options. A big shout out to my guy Mitch training me on this. You can where can we follow you?
Instagram MP Basketball or Substack.com/@MP Basketball.
You heard it there, man. Top, best of the best, Mitch Policier. I'm not sure what you guys call this. I've heard egg in a hole, birds in a nest. I call it a one-eyed sailor. Oh wow, that's an eggshell right there. One piece sourdough, one egg, a little bit of cheese on the back, and voila. You wanna watch Dada cook? Mwah. Mwah. All right, what are you most excited for in Mexico City and most nervous for?
The culture, like the...
You're excited for the culture?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The food, bringing Mr. Ivy. Nervous for is navigating a city with a baby and a stroller. And then also the whole like water thing, like you're not supposed to drink water. Like I Googled it and it was like, don't ever drink the water. So I'm like, how do I wash these bottles?
You're not excited for any basketball to watch me play?
Oh yeah.
Gosh.
I'm super excited to watch you play for the first time. And for him to watch you play. I'm gonna watch Daddy play basketball.
I think that was the reoccurring image that was always in my head during this rehab was, yes, I wanted to get back to playing basketball, but more so get back to playing basketball and see you and you in the stands watching me play.
Oh my goodness, golly.
Think of him with the little earmuffs. I think that'll be my moment where I'm like, everything was worth it.
What are you excited for?
Yeah, need some. What food? You're gonna have your first food. You're gonna have his first real food when he's there.
Could it be avocado? Avocado.
You're gonna eat some avocado. Maybe a taco.
You want a taco?
You're gonna be the go-to dad breakfast. Okay, as for training today, we have first a rehab workout with my guy Josh. This will be some plyometrics, some lower body strength, some core, also just some like calibration work as well. Just making sure my body, all my systems are firing optimally because tonight I have an open gym at University of Washington. I think it should be high level, maybe a little bit higher level than the last few runs. I know the assistant coach, Abdul Gadi there, that's my dog, kind of one of my mentors in this overseas basketball stuff. Should be a good day of work. But yeah, it's just constantly balancing between preparing for the upcoming season and then also like making sure I'm spending time with family, making sure, you know, I'm present and not just looking forward to this, you know, this opportunity so much. Constant balancing act, but it's all part of it. And this is like those weeks leading up to leaving are always kind of filled with uncertainty, anxiety, but also a lot of excitement.
Go onto your toes and that can kind of spiral around.
Oh.
Like that. Yeah, there you go. Now push down into your back heel. There you go. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good.
Oh yeah. Some yoga work.
Over on top of it a little. Yeah, but like you're level on it. Go wider with your feet. Okay. There you go, like that. There you go. Make a pillow with your forearms. Good. Then your knees.
That ended up being less of a lower body strength day and just a complete recalibration day because Josh is wanting to make sure that in this open gym tonight, I'm feeling really good because right now that is the priority of my training is these live sessions and continuing to up level those in terms of the capacity of my body and also just like how I feel in those. Like, can I play for 2 hours against, you know, a little bit better competition? Can I pick up full the whole time? Let other things besides my body be the limitation. Really nuanced training session today. A lot of manual manipulation with Josh on the table. Didn't show a lot of that. But then we did sort of like yoga flows and I haven't done that type of stuff with him and he's so good as he's trying to resource me with different options for when I'm playing this year and my body body feels a certain way, and just like attuning to what my body needs, having different essentially solutions that I can, you know, plug in place. Like today I'm feeling this way, so my body needs a yoga style day. Maybe my nervous system doesn't feel like firing, I'm feeling sluggish. Okay, how do you excite the nervous system? It's like, that is elite level problem solving, elite level performance. I started with Josh thinking, okay, we're gonna get rehab, I'm gonna get healthy. And it's like, I've completely changed my outlook on performance now, and how to problem solve, essentially what some consider like an unsolvable game. Really high level stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Now I'm gonna go back, chill with the family a little bit. I will see you guys at this open gym at the University of Washington. All right, let's do it. All right, I had to call the audible. There's an open gym in Tacoma. It's closer, more time with family. So it's gonna be kind of most of the same guys that I ran with last week. Still should be high level. All right, let's get to it.
Do it like. Do it like. Do it like. Making time stand still. Found a way to make it work. Making time stand still. Found a way to make it work. Making time stand still. Found a way to make it work. Making time stand still. Found a way to make it work.
So that open gym completely surprised me. There was even higher level of talent at that run than there was the last 2 weeks. I think there was 4 or 5 G League guys in there. One of the things I can't stand about playing with guys in the G is they always want to use the NBA basketball. And if you guys understand the NBA basketball is so much different than every other basketball used around the world. Honestly, my body felt really, really good. I was really happy with how I was moving. I think that yoga focused workout with Josh kind of like set the environment for my body. I felt like in control, I felt like aware. But now tomorrow we got another workout where I'm gonna try and scale intensity, because the league that I'm in, they play back-to-backs. So I have to be physically ready to go hard 2 days in a row. So that's kind of one of the focuses of my training right now. But before I go to bed, I wanna pick the giveaway winners from the last video. 2 people that commented Mexico City and one thing they're excited for in the upcoming content. 2 of you guys will be getting a free piece of the Atypical Athletics collection. All right, so there was 486. Now we're gonna generate the first one is 198, and now the second one, 321. First comment is Jared Sanchez, so now we're going up 198 and then up 321. The winner is Larry and the Davids. He commented, Mexico City, can't wait to see the differences in play styles in Latin America and for you to try out all the food. I'm Lithuanian, so it's been sick to see your journey from Lithuania to Mexico. Well, Larry and the Davids, you are the first winner of the giveaway. Just make sure to hit me up on Instagram at Trey Drexel, and we can figure out what you want, your sizes, all that stuff. And the second winner of the Atypical Athletics giveaway is Grady Jordan 6852. He said, Mexico City, excited to learn more about a new space of professional basketball and for the game day vlogs to come back. Congratulations, Grady. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Go ahead and message me on Instagram at Trey Drexel and we'll get all the details sorted away. Also, I want to respond to some of the comments you guys have made on this last video, asking questions, the type of content you're excited for. Excited to see you adapt to a vastly different style of play in the city. Everywhere you play in the world, whether it's Europe, Asia, US, any of these different locations, there's going to be a very distinct style of basketball, even from Western Europe, Portugal, to Eastern Europe, Serbia, Poland, stuff like this. There's huge differences in how they even culturally approach basketball. So what I've heard from the Mexican league is it's a bit of run and gun, free flowing, not a rigid structure compared to some of the places I played, like for example when I played in Poland or Germany, very rigid style of basketball, whereas when I was in Lisbon and playing for Benfica, a little bit more free flowing, a lot of transition, ball screens, read and react, less set plays. That'll be something very interesting. Then this other comment here said, I think it'll be interesting seeing how you keep yourself available for European teams while also adapting to the Mexican league playing style and showing up for your team there. So the plan is to go to Mexico for 4 months and then straight from Mexico sign with a European team and head straight to Europe. That's the plan. The idea was to play here in this Mexican league so that I can show European teams I'm healthy. I've never done sort of a mid-season transition. Every year I've played for the same team the whole season. So a new challenge, but definitely something that's really exciting and something me and my agent were completely on the same page. Let's show that I'm healthy and I'm back and even better than the player that I was before injury. Comment here said, I'm excited to see how you navigate the new roles in a new team while also trying to gain understanding of the new structure. Most of the teams I play on in Europe, it's a 10-month season, so you have time to kind of carve out your role, navigate the type of player you're going to be in the team. You don't have as strict of a timeline, whereas in a 4-month season, right from the jump, you kind of have to establish your role in the team, and roles get established quick. Here says Mexico City, hype for you and the family. Having that tour in China is the most exciting to see for this guy. I'm super excited about China too. I probably won't be able to film with my nicer Sony FX30 camera, so I'll probably have to film a lot with my iPhone. I don't want to just be like really aggressive with the camera, and so I really want to make some cool content from there. But again, you know, the main thing is playing basketball, working into my new team. But I'm gonna try my best to see what I can kind of come up with, because I've heard so many crazy things about China. You know, I have no experience with China or Mexico. I've never been to either place, so this is like basically the most atypical thing I could do. Very excited for China too. Last one I'm gonna respond to is Mexico City, 2 things he's excited for: the inspiration of coming back from knee surgery as he tore his ACL while watching this past chapter of yours has been something that he's really resonated with, and then the coffee shop tours. I've came back from some pretty big injuries, but this is for sure the biggest injury of my career, and I think what I'm most excited about this injury comeback is not just getting back to the player I was before, but showing people that you can come back stronger even from really aggressive injuries. And I think that's this higher level thinking that I'm trying to really share with you guys. Is a setback doesn't mean a comeback to where you were. A setback is an opportunity to expand even more than who you were, and that's what I'm really stoked to share. And whether I play incredible or I play okay, I'm expanded as a human and I'm understanding myself more, and in the end, the basketball stuff, it will just all, you know, kind of waterfall from those intentions. And then the coffee shop tours, I'm stoked. I've heard nothing but good things about the coffee culture in Mexico City. I think that's kind of going to be one of the main things Carly and I do in our free time. The Ivy, we just take some walks and go to cool coffee shops. So I'm stoked on that. But again, I appreciate all you guys commenting. I think this next chapter is going to be so incredible, and I'm going to continue to, you know, take you guys along for the journey. So. The camera because of it, like out of celebration. I love that. We got the whole gym to ourselves this morning. What a morning. Today is honestly, my body felt so good after playing yesterday. I was able to turn up the intensity a little bit. A lot of good constraint-based live play today. The 3-on-3 no dribble, the ball screen work, a lot of different situations. And just again, I felt like I could really put force through the ground and found some really good solutions today. So definitely a step in the right direction. My mind's feeling good, and this is huge, you know, because I got to be able to, you know, stack day after day of putting in high effort, intense days on the court, because right now I can control my load, but you know, once I'm with a team, you're kind of not at a victim, but you have to go with how they're progressing everyone's load, and you can't start lagging behind or getting behind the curve, because then it just stacks up. And so the more I can build that tolerance right now, the more I'm going to be ready to kill when I get to Mexico City. I'm just, thankful that I'm back on the court. I'm happy again. I mean, it's just cool to see this whole rehab journey. I feel like I've grown so much as a man and so much as a basketball player, the way I understand the game, the way I understand my development. That's why I make these vlogs, so you guys can kind of like feel my energy, feel how my approach, and that's atypical. That's what I'm trying to build here, trying to give that to the next generation of hoopers. So another week in the books, preparing for Mexico City. It's gonna be a fun season. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and as always, get uncomfortable and live atypical. Cheers.
She said, yeah, I know. Wish I can make it easier. I can. I just know right and wrong.